Very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome to St. Angeles Public School Bagpat online economics classes. As you know that we are working from our home. So my dear students, today we will discuss again chapter number 8, income determination. As you know that in my previous video we have discussed what is the meaning of income determination. Income determination means equilibrium level of income, or we can say equilibrium level of output, or we can say equilibrium level of employment. And there are two approaches to determine equilibrium level of income. You can say income determination means first approach is aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach, and second approach is saving and investment approach. But today we are going to discuss equilibrium level of output, equilibrium level of income, or you can say equilibrium level at means in different situation. Means today we are going to discuss equilibrium level in different situation. See, equilibrium level. Equilibrium level means you know that, all of you know that AD is equal to AS. When AD is equal to AS, equilibrium level of output is determined. Means when AD is equal to AS, equilibrium level of income, equilibrium level of output, equilibrium level of employment is determined. See, means in simple terms, equilibrium level means AD is equal to AS. It is equal to AS. See, now after this, first full employment level. Full employment level. See, I hope all of you have understood what is equilibrium level. Equilibrium level means AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS. Now, see, what do you mean by equilibrium level? AD is equal to AS. See, now all of you know that when AD is equal to AS, which means equilibrium level. Equilibrium level. But this equilibrium level can be achieved. Can be achieved. Listen carefully. What am I saying? It is equal to S means equilibrium level, and this equilibrium level can be achieved. Can be achieved under full employment. Under full employment. Under underemployment, you can say equilibrium level can be achieved in the situation of full employment, in the situation of underemployment, and in the situation of overemployment. I hope all of you have understood. It is equal to S. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss equilibrium level in the situation of full employment, then after we will discuss equilibrium level in the situation of underemployment, then after we will discuss equilibrium level in the situation of overemployment. So I hope all of you have understood. Means we are going to study means equilibrium level in the situation of full employment, in the situation of underemployment, in the situation of overemployment. See after this. Now what is the definition of full employment level? See, you can say full employment equilibrium level. You can write here full employment equilibrium level. See, full employment equilibrium level. See, it refers to a situation. It refers to a situation when aggregate demand, is equal to the, it refers to situation when aggregate demand is equal to the aggregate supply. Aggregate supply, aggregate supply when the, or when all resources, when all resources, all resources are fully employed. All resources are fully employed. Again I am repeating, it refers to the situation when aggregate demand is equal to the aggregate supply is equal, means at full employment level. See, you can write, see, it refers to a situation when aggregate demand means AD, aggregate demand means AD is equal to the aggregate supply means AS, when all resources are fully employed. Or you can write in place of this line, in place of this line, at full employment level, at full employment level. I hope this is clear, means definition, and you know that. See, what is the meaning of full employment? Firstly, please try to understand what do you mean by full employment. Full employment, full employment. See, full employment refers to a situation, full employment refers to a situation in which, in which all those persons who are willing and able to work, who are, all those persons who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate, at the existing wage rate, get job easily without any difficulty, means get job without any difficulty. So I hope all of you have understood what do you mean by full employment. Full employment means, full employment refers to a situation in which all those persons who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get work without any difficulty, get work. Or you can say everyone in full employment, in full employment everyone gets work, in full employment everyone gets work without any difficulty at the existing wage rate. I hope what do you mean by full employment. Please try to understand in simple terms. Full employment means, in a full employment refers to a situation in which everyone gets work, everyone gets work. I hope all of you have understood. Full employment means, in refers to a situation in which everyone gets work. So this is the meaning of full employment. See, it refers to a situation when aggregate demand means AD is equal to the aggregate supply when all resources are fully employed, means at full employment level. Full employment level means refers to a situation in which everyone gets work. So this is the definition of full employment. This is a definition of full employment equilibrium level. Now after this we are going to study, or we can say we are going to discuss this definition with the help of this diagram. See, this is the x-axis, this is the origin, and this is the y-axis. See, here AD and AS, here income, output, or you can write employment. Employment, is it visible or not? Yes, it is visible. See, you know that aggregate supply curve will be like this and aggregate demand curve will be like this. See, this point means at this point AD and AS intersect each other at point E. Corresponding to point E, equilibrium level of income is OY, equilibrium level of output is OY, equilibrium level of employment is OY. So I hope all of you have understood. See, this is full employment, full employment equilibrium, full employment equilibrium, full employment equilibrium. Now see, means this E point, means this point E, this point E shows, this point E shows full employment equilibrium. This point E shows full employment equilibrium because see, because see, corresponding to point E, corresponding to point E, aggregate demand is EY. Corresponding to point E, corresponding to point E, aggregate demand is EY, and corresponding to point E, equilibrium level of output is, equilibrium level of output is OY. Equilibrium level of output is OY. See, OY and EY. OY and EY both are same. Both are same means both are equal. So first of all, please try to understand what is the definition of full employment equilibrium level. Means it refers to a situation when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. See, all of you know that equilibrium level means, see, equilibrium level means AD is equal to AS. Equilibrium level means AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS. But here we are studying full employment equilibrium. Equilibrium level means AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS. Means equilibrium level means AD is equal to it. But what do you mean by full employment equilibrium level? Full employment equilibrium level means it refers to a situation when aggregate demand is equal to the aggregate supply at full employment level. Means देखो, आपको पता है इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल का मीनिंग क्या होता है, इट इज इक्वल टू एस, ये इसका मीनिंग है, लेकिन आपको फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल का मीनिंग डिफाइन करना है, तो आप यहां पर क्या लिख दोगे, एट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल, एट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल। सपोज करो अगर यहां पर होता अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल, यहां पर क्या होता अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट, मैं आपको सिखा रहा हूं, रटा नहीं रहा बेटा, सिखा रहा हूं। सी नाउ अगर यहां पर होता अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट, अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट का मतलब क्या होता है, रिसोर्सेज आर नॉट फुली यूटिलाइज्ड। अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट मींस रिसोर्सेज आर नॉट फुली यूटिलाइज्ड। ऑलवेज मींस ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट मींस resources are not fully utilized. See now suppose यहाँ पर अगर under employment होता तो क्या होता, under employment equilibrium level means it refers to a situation when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, means up to this or you can say up to here till here remain constant, means this line will remain same, this line will remain same, but change will be change will be here. See when suppose अगर यहाँ full employment है तो आप क्या लिखोगे, when all resources are fully employed or utilized, और अगर यहाँ पर under employment है तो क्या लिखोगे, when all resources are not fully employed, or you can say at under employment, under employment. I hope all of you have understood. How will you make a definition of full employment equilibrium level? How will you make definition of under employment equilibrium level? I hope all of you have understood. See, at this point equilibrium occurs because AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS means point E shows equilibrium level. Point E shows equilibrium level. यहाँ पर ये point क्या शो कर रहा है, equilibrium level, लेकिन हम इसको क्या बोल रहे हैं, full employment equilibrium. Full employment equilibrium means हमने इस equilibrium के साथ एक word ऐड कर दिया full employment. तो इट मींस हम क्या कह रहे हैं बेटा कि जो एग्रीगेट डिमांड है, मींस एग्रीगेट डिमांड कितनी होगी यहाँ पे EY, और एग्रीगेट आउटपुट या इनकम कितनी होगी बेटा OY, मींस जितनी यहाँ डिमांड हो रही है इतनी है क्या हो रही है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट। ठीक है, तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि यहाँ पर आपका ये पोर्शन इस पोर्शन के क्या होगा, इक्वल होगा। ठीक है, अब see how will you define, or you can say how will you explain this diagram, how will you explain this diagram. See now in above diagram see See, on the y-axis, AD and AS is measured on the y-axis, and income and output is measured on the x-axis. See, in the above diagram, point E, point E, point E is the full employment, full employment equilibrium, full employment equilibrium. See, point E is the full employment equilibrium because aggregate demand, aggregate demand, aggregate demand is equal to EY, aggregate demand is EY is equal to the aggregate output is equal to the full employment. See, now see, aggregate demand is EY and is equal to the full employment level of output. See, this is full employment, level of output is equal to the full employment level of output. Full employment level of output means OY. OY means refers to a situation. You can say it refers to a situation, means you will explain equilibrium level of output. It refers to a situation in which all those who are